now the fun begins.
So seating the jury, that took place this week. They were questioned first in court before being taken back to chambers for further questioning. This is Donna watching them walk in and surveying the land. So this is them in the chambers where they're talking to the individual jurors, prospective jurors, which I thought was really interesting. I've never seen this before or seen it done this way. Very
So can I explain why they do this?
100%.
So basically, they have all the prospective jurors in the courtroom to voir dire them, the veneer, and so when they have certain questions and people, they don't answer, so they'll say, like, for example, have you heard about this case? And they don't ask them to elaborate. They ask if anyone has, to put their hand up. And then to save, because if there's people who haven't heard of this case, any case, if they go then and ask those panel of prospective jurors, what have you heard, in front of the other jurors, and that person says, well, I heard that Donna Adelson hated her son-in-law and that she hired a hitman, or whatever, all the things. I heard about the TV, whatever. What that will then do is taint the entire batch of jurors. So they take them in. So this is common. I've never seen photos of it.
I've never seen, like, go in another room to do it. Like I've heard of them, like, going up to the bench and talking to them that, like stuff like that. But I've never seen them have, like, a special room or have pictures, especially. And I mean, can you imagine if it wasn't Donna and it was some other, like, defendant, right? Like somebody that was actually, like, physically dangerous, like, you know, they're afraid would lash out. Did they do that with that? I don't know. It's just interesting. Like,
I absolutely found it a very interesting perspective based kind of around that. I was more thinking, oh, imagine poor Georgia and Sarah Dugan, for example. I mean, they've lived and breathed this case. Imagine having to sit in conference with Donna Adelson across the table from them with all of her gaslighting grandma Gotti bullshit, and having to be civil. And I guess they're professionals, same, them obviously shorties. But that definitely, to me, that's such close proximity.
Oh yeah. I mean, like you said, they're definitely professionals, but you got to know that you got to imagine that they can't stand the woman.
Oh my God. And I don't know how empathic but they are. I know Georgia is a tough cookie, so Sarah, they're both amazing. But I would be absorbing, going, sage. So yeah.
For real. So we have a couple of pictures from that. And then this is the jury makeup. So first of all, they were trying to get to 15. But they ended up sticking with 14 at the end of the day yesterday because it was getting real late when they finally ended up sticking with 14. And this is the breakdown as we saw from it was Joel, right, from STS.
He did list the sort of the demographic breakdown of the jurors. So I forwarded you that information on, and you've made this amazing gender reveal graphic. I love it.
Right. And so I did take a little bit of license with a couple of people because there were no genders on a couple, but they did have beards. And so I am just making a judgment call in just knowing that, you know, just you have a beard does not make you a male. And just because you appear male or feminine does not necessarily mean you are that gender. So I'm just making judgment calls there. But it appears that we have 6 females and 8 males, and I just tried to do the math in my head right then, and I don't know if I failed horribly.
No, 6 and 8 is 14. That's correct.
Thank you. I'm not the math kind of autism. I'm sorry.
Neither am I, but that one's okay for me.
Okay. And so we have a mix of different, a mix of racial makeup, and then it looks like we have some kind of, it falls in a general age range of middle age, kind of, you know, 30s, 40s, late 30s, mid 40s, and then it jumps up to like 60s, or at least one person, and then there's a 25-year-old. So kind of a thread. You know, it's not just a a single, right? It's not just like a singular age range and not just a singular racial makeup. Like it's wide ranging, which is nice.
Yeah, I was pleased to hear in during the voir dire process some clearly voices that were clearly, you know, black voices, and I was relieved because I want to say that Charlie's jury wasn't as diverse. Don't quote me, but I have a feeling.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I do like that there's I don't know. I think the other important thing is they spend a lot of time
Yes.
on these people. Like they spend a lot of time figuring out who they were going to seat, and that was probably the most important thing. So,
In fact, a lot of time felt like what's his name? Is it Josh? What's his last name? The defense attorney. He
oh, I don't know.
really did feel like Zellman. I think he felt like he was running out the clock. I know, not Josh Ritter. No, Steph. It was the attorney for Donna. It's Jackie Fulford and Josh Zellman. See, professional. I know Carl was losing his mind at how tedious and protracted that individual, you know, the questioning by Josh Zellman was, Carl Steinbeck. So